Minecraft Bedrock exploration system just got its most massive cosmic expansion, and it completely reinvents how we survive, fight, and travel through the skies. The brand new dynamic sky dimension world drops two entirely unique custom dimensions made of floating sky island, over 40 custom mobs, 100 new items, and a massive 400 custom blocks spread across 20 beautiful biomes. Today we are breaking down the exact progression path through the both frozen wasteland of Sithen and the magical elemental realm of Wider, crafting powerful in-game armor and taking down legendary custom bosses. Hit that subscribe button, grab your flint and steel, and let's get into it. Now the second you join this world for the very first time, you will obviously spawn in the overworld. But if you look right inside your inventory, you are going to find a adventurer journal. Interacting with this book pulls up a fully functional in-game wiki, which you can use at any time to learn about all the custom mobs, structure and progression milestone in the add-on. To actually leave the overworld and access the new dimensions, you will need to track down two unique twin portal structures that generate naturally across the overworld. One type is themed explicitly to the Sithen dimension, and the other type is themed to the Wider dimension. If you don't want to hunt down a ruined structure, you can actually gather the material to build your own portal frame anywhere you want in the overworld. For the Sithen portal, you just need to hunt for pockets of blue obsidian, which generate deep underground right around Y level -58. For the Wider portal, you need to harvest elder logs from the rare elder tree that grows in the most standard forest biome in the overworld. Once your frame is set up, you can ignite it with a flint and steel. Now, a lot of players get worried about getting stranded if their portal break while they are exploring a new dimension. The creators built in some amazing fallback mechanics so you never get stuck. Blue obsidian and elder logs generate naturally inside their respective dimension, so you can always rebuild a frame. If you lose your flint and steel while inside Sithen, iron and gravel are readily available everywhere to craft a new one. Or you can literally coax a local rack mob into launching a fireball directly at your empty blue obsidian frame to ignite it for you, just like our cast. If you don't have diamond tools, you can easily use the dimension custom obsidian tools to mine replacement blocks without any issue. Over in Wider, you can find iron nuggets and ingots inside ruined structures or boss rooms, dig up gravel in the mystical steam biome, or simply fire a custom elemental staff projectile straight at an unlit frame to relight it instantly. Let's break down our first major progression path, the golden path of Sithen. Once you step through your portal, you are entering a freezing landscape in the sky, filled with twisted floating biomes. The surface is completely cold, and if you explore underground, you will find hidden, molten biomes that have survived the wind. As you explore the surface icy ways, you want to keep an eye out for a massive cave structure that houses a working lair. Inside sits the dreaded working boss who attack using massive fists. Take him down and he will drop two highly valuable items, sharp fangs and fur. That fur is incredibly useful if you combine it at crafting bench with old bones, which you can harvest from old bone structure across the sky. You can craft a full set of fur armor. This armor is absolutely essential if you want to explore local furlin village. Furlins are primitive pig-like species that build villages in the frosted plains and fortified savannas. Normally, they are completely hostile and will attack you on sight, but if you walk into their town wearing a piece of fur armor, they mistake you for a friend and won't attack you unless you provoke them, letting you easily walk into their houses and take all their awesome loot. Now, remember those sharp fangs we got from the working boss? Those come in handy right now while mining underground. Keep an eye out for pirate ore. If you combine 8 pirate blocks and with one sharp fang, you can craft a special item called a fool's gold tooth. You will need to hold on to this tooth until you stumble across an eroded temple, which generates as a giant pig head made entirely of obsidian. These structures have a very specific block sitting right inside the pig's mouth. Right click that block with your Pulse Gold Tooth and it will instantly activate a portal leading straight into a Obsidian Chambers dungeon. The Obsidian Chambers is a massive sprawling dungeon crawling with erudites, which are an advanced pirate-obsessed version of the Furlin that can actively summon waves of support spawn to ambush you. As you fight your way through the halls, make sure to mine the pirate component block out of the wall to harvest 3 different types of pirate tech items. Eventually, you will discover the central chamber containing a block called the magma reactor. To power this up, you need to visit the lava-filled magma cave biome and harvest magma fragments from the magma core blocks. Crafting 4 fragments together create a magma core item. Right-click this item onto the reactor to activate it, which triggers a massive trial event spawning endless waves of erudites and spawns. If you survive the onslaught, the reactor rewards you with an incredible heaping of high-tier loot, including an essential item called the Magma Singularity. Now take that Magma Singularity and combine it with all the pirate tech items you dug out of the dungeon walls to craft the Awaker. This is what we use to summon the final boss of the dimension. To build the summoning altar, you need to place 4 crystallized tier blocks, 5 luminous obsidian blocks, your Awaker, and a ridged rack item, which is 25% drop from standard rake mobs. Once your altar structure is built on the ground, simply right-click the richest rack with a lava bucket and the sky will erupt as the seasoned rats spawn in. It's a massive flying cast-like boss that launches fireball and calling support mobs. Conquering this legendary fight rewards you another reminiscence item, which can be combined with any piece of standard netherite gear to permanently upgrade it into powerful high-tier Sithenite equipment. To get a complete matching set of Sithen gear, you will need to summon and defeat this boss 10 separate times. Now let's switch gear over to our second major dimension, the golden part of Wider. When you step through this gateway, you enter a lush, magical landscape completely driven and sustained by 4 special elements: water, earth, lightning, and ether. As you explore the cave system here, you will notice the dimension is rich with silver ore. Silver acts similar to copper tools, but it carries deep magical properties. Forging a set of silver tools is absolutely mandatory because they allow you to harvest extra hidden loot from 3 specific blocks. For example, deep underground in the flooded forest biome, you will find massive clay geodes entangled in tree roots. Inside these geodes sit brilliant blocks. If you mine a brilliant blocks with a standard pickaxe, it only gives you a basic cell, but if you strike it with a silver pickaxe, you have a chance of extracting a rare magical brilliant pearl. Next up, head over to the twinkling swamp biome and keep your eye on the ground for patches of struck glittering sand. If you dig into these specific blocks using your silver shovel, you will successfully unearth fulgurite. Finally, make your way into the Sylvan Woods biome, where the glowing elder tree grows. If you take your silver axe to the specialized root blocks hidden just under the surface soil, you will drop an eternal bulb. These 3 rare items are the core ingredients required to unlock the lightning, earth, and water element keys. You can take these custom keys to ancient white stone gate structure scattered across the world. By right-clicking the correct elemental key onto the matching gate block at the base of the structure, an active portal snaps open to a high-tier trial dungeon from another realm. These function like standard trial dungeon and are an amazing way to take on elemental entities and score custom loots, either inside this dungeon or rarely out in the open wings. You must hunt down and defeat 3 legendary mini-bosses: the Guardian of the Forest, the Thunderbird, and the Water Drake. They are incredibly dangerous, but defeating them is mandatory to reach the end game. The Guardian drops tectonic power, the Thunderbird drops electric power, and the Water Drake drops torrential power. You can use these individual drops to craft awesome elemental staff weapon that fire powerful magical projectiles, as long as you have elemental charges stocked up in your inventory from the loot chest. For the ultimate grand finale, you can combine all 3 of these elemental power together to craft the Master Ether Key. Take this key deep into the dangerous Hacked Forest biome to unlock the final ancient Ether Gate structure. Once activated, you can cross over to the Ether Dungeon to take on the ultimate final encounter, the Ether Boss, a legendary enemy that wields the combat trait of all 4 elements simultaneously. Conquering this massive battle rewards you with the absolute power item. You can use this item to build an upgraded Ether Staff weapon, or combine it at crafting bench with 8 silver ingots to produce 8 ethereal ingots. These ingots allow you to craft the absolute strongest god tier ethereal tools, weapons and armor plates in the entire world. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.